Hello everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name is Karen, if you haven't been here before. Welcome, and welcome back to all my returning visitors. So today I thought I would have a play in these Christmas journals that I'm working on. I'm in a bit of a funny mood today, and I thought, oh, I'm going to go upstairs and play in my journals for a little bit, see if I can sort myself out. So I haven't got very far. I don't think I've done anything else since you were last here. I've got my bits of papers left from what I had to use in these, and I've got all the fussy cutting I did here, which I showed you in another video. So I've got some bits there. I think the only thing I've done really since you were last here is to cut down these bits that I want to use for the covers. So I've cut all of these down to about 5 inches tall, but obviously they need covering. And I've also pulled out a couple of books. This is a book of hymns, so I thought, oh look how funny, it's opened on the Christmas tunes. I thought I could use some of the Christmas carols from here, and then I've got another book of hymns and carols, so again I thought I might be able to use something from here, although it looks like I might have pulled out, oh there are some Christmas ones in there, so I've got those as well in case I want some music or anything. So I don't know whether to carry on with the cover or whether to try and sort the pages out for these. These are going to need a bit more in here, but I'm thinking I'll be making pockets and flips and things. I've saved all of the bottoms of those envelopes that I've cut down so I can use these to make pockets. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. So I'm just sort of thinking about what I want to do. Now I think I want some lace on these covers, but I don't know whether I want something like this that's tea dyed, or if I want something whiter, you know, to make it look more sort of snowy. That's obviously not going to be the right piece, but just to get an idea. But I suppose I'm not really going to know that until I've decorated these front pieces up, so maybe I should do that next. But I'm a bit concerned that you've seen me do this quite often, so I hope you don't find it boring. But oh, I've also got this, but it's not really the right red, is it? I thought, well, that might go. It's Christmassy, but it's too burgundy-y. Right, I'm getting distracted. So I need to, is that the piece I just used? No, that's a different, oh, so that's a different piece of tea dyed. Well, that's handy because look, I've got, oh, I've only got 2.5. I thought if I had 3 of those, I could put one piece on the front of each journal. Right, but I have got some more of that that's not tea dyed, so I could have a play with that. Yeah, so what am I going to do with these? I don't know, I haven't decided. And I'm only going to need to do the front, because these are going to be put on the front of the journal. They're not going to be flipping or opening or anything. I did say I might put them on as a pocket behind, but I'm not going to have them opening or anything, so I do only need to worry about the front. So let's get these stuck down first, close them back up, then we know what we're working with. So how is everybody? I hope you're all well. plans have you got for the weekend? It's Halloween weekend, but round here it's more bonfire focused. In the next town, every year we have a massive bonfire, a parade and fireworks tonight, and it's the town that really it's been the most constant town in my children's life, because it's where our first home was, and my two eldest were born in our first house. Well, not in the house, but you know, we lived in that house when my first two were born, and my mum still lives in that town, so that has been the one event sort of that's a constant throughout our family, I suppose you could say, since my girls were born. So we will be heading off there this evening to watch the parade and the bonfire and the fireworks, and my eldest is bringing her children, and my middle daughter has managed to get the day off from work, so she's coming down, which I wasn't expecting. So I will be picking my baby daughter up from work this afternoon, and we'll go straight to my mum's house, because she finishes work just before all the roads close for the parade, which is good. So we'll go to my mum's house, have some dinner, and then we'll all walk back into town. My mum lives in a village just along the seafront from the town, so we will have a nice wander along the seafront back towards the town, find somewhere to watch the parade, then we'll walk over to watch the bonfire be lit, and then we'll probably sit on the beach to watch the fireworks. And it's very mild this year, so normally we have to wrap up really warm, but it's quite mild this year, so that will be nice. I need to sip my tea. I'm just thinking, these three, what are they, journal cards? I like they've each got Hearts, Noel and Be Jolly, so I thought if I could have those sections from each one, I could put these on here somewhere. I really do not know what to do with these, so it's definitely a craft along today, because I don't quite know how I'm going to be using all these. But we could have a Be Jolly. Obviously I need to take the white off or cover it up. And what have we got? Oh, he looks like a Noel because he's all dressed up as a Christmas tree. So we could have Noel on that one, and then we could have the hearts on the one where the little girl's cuddling her baby dolly. So we're making a start. Once you start, you get ideas, don't you? But all the time I've been sitting up here looking at these and sort of going backwards and forwards and umming and ahhing, and until you actually start doing something, I don't know about you, but I just can't get inspired. Once I start, you know, picking things up, putting them down, ripping things, I generate more ideas. Oh, come on, straighten up. Actually, I probably don't want those zigzaggy bits on, do I? Because they're not going to go all the way round anyway. So I think I'll tear those off as well. so that we just have the writing, and that's going to be very close because that J touches the tip of the zigzag. I'm doing it the wrong way round again. Tears better this way, Karen. But I do want to see, mind you, that's very tiny to be tearing. It's better. So we've got to be jolly. I was going to, oh, for goodness sake, you've just decided to rip these bits off and then you haven't done it. And then I think I'm going to look for some, through the music books, for some music paper. Let's go on the front of these. Then on Monday it's actually Halloween, and I think we still haven't watched Hocus Pocus 2, so I think I'll watch that on Halloween evening. Don't celebrate Halloween really, but my girls grew up with the first Hocus Pocus film. It's one of their favourite films, don't know why. So it's sort of been, again, it's been a constant. So, look, isn't that writing lovely? I've probably shown this before, but to Mrs. Worrell from the congregation at St. Bartholomew's Hall in appreciation of her kind help, Easter 1961. Isn't that lovely? So let's find some Advent and Christmas 45. It starts. Hymn 45, not page 45. There we go, Advent. So, just wondering, do I want to do the whole page in a mishmash of Christmas music, or do I want to mix something else in with it? Could use the words as well, couldn't I? Right, shall I start tearing some of these out? We are sewn in signatures with this one, so let's try and find the middle of this signature, which is there. And can I see my snips? They are there. So let's try and snip these strings very carefully. I'm looking at my nails and I have to apologise for the state of my nails. I really need to redo my nail varnish or take it off. But I haven't had a minute over the last few days. Just been, I haven't got anything done, but I've been really busy, you know what I mean? Yesterday I was babysitting for my grandchildren while my daughter went to the dentist. And when she came home, she was in quite a lot of pain, so she went and had a lie down. So I ended up staying at her house for most of the day, which was lovely. Had great fun playing with my two eldest grandchildren. My granddaughter is 4 and my grandson is 2. She took the baby with her to the dentist, and then the other 2 stayed at home with me, and we had great fun. But it did mean that I didn't get an awful lot done yesterday because I was out most of the day. So, right, what should we do with this? Let's tear that down there, and then we could have a bit of Advent at the top. somewhere. Let's take off these side pieces. And take off this wordage at the bottom. I'll save all these pieces. And then shall we have a bit on each side? I might wrap that around. So let's see where we're going to be. Ooh. A bit more there. Don't know how straight this is. It'd help if I had it straight on my mat, wouldn't I? I'd be able to see then. Let's pop that over there. So we could have a bit there. And then we could have, obviously that's going to be up a bit. We're going to trim that down a bit when we're done. So then we want a bit there. I've picked up this ruler again with the chewed corner. Have you noticed? This is Max's favourite ruler. Got hold of that when he was a puppy. Had a bit of a chew. So have that there. Wonder if this is going to be too much. Then we could have some words at the bottom, couldn't we? Oh, it's not very happy words. I'm just looking for some words that I like. I want, yeah, something like this where it's a carol that we all know. Right, I'm going to take the Christmas off because I might use that at the top of another one. Just trying to get this semi-straight. So I might save that for the top of another one. Two, three. So we'll have those. So then here, got Advent up there. We've got music there and there. We can have some words here. Which I might even raise those up. It's reducing the picture a bit, but and then we can have our Be Jolly down there, although that is covering up the, well, we could have it sideways, couldn't we? Be Jolly, do we think? Does that look silly? Or should we have the Be Jolly at the top? We could use Advent somewhere else. Or we could even just pop that down the bottom there. I don't know. I don't know. And do I want that? we come right down, I could pop those there. I'm so sorry if this is really annoying watching me faff. Right, I think I'll do that. So sometimes you just have to make a decision. Let's get my, that's okay. So if I do these side pieces first. Oops. Oh, did I want to ink them? I feel like really that ink, at least that edge should be inked. Oh, let's just do it, Karen. Let's just do it. Maybe I'll ink the other two pieces. Getting myself in a bit of a faff here. Right. I'm folding that over just to give it a neat edge and a bit of strength, although I may well need to trim these, I'll have to see. Right, so this one was going to go on this side, wasn't it? That's got a little bit of a foldy over bit as well. Whoops, oh dear. That piece on there. Although I'm not going to need these edges to be strengthened because I'm not going to be opening and closing and fiddling about with this. It's going on the cover, isn't it? Right, we've made a start. How long have I been filming? 23 minutes and I've made a start. So that piece can go there. That will have to be chopped, I think, although if I put it right on the edge it might be okay if I ink that. And then my Be Jolly can go up there. You know what I should have done? Just popped it on here to see how it looks. Would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? And if we're going to have a little bit of something underneath it, I can't tell which way round this lace goes now that I've tea dyed it. Whichever way round I hold it, it doesn't look right. Oh, I've lost my words. So if I had that on there and that on there, come backwards. Oh, they didn't go very far, that's good. That there, let's just tuck that under out of the way. So it's okay, isn't it? If I have lace behind it, I won't use that as a pocket because the lace will just be, it'll catch as you're trying to put things in. So I'll just have it purely for decoration. But if I put something else underneath it as well, then I can stitch around everything. So yeah, I think that's looking all right at the moment. It's not, let's see what the white looks like. It's not, see, I think the white might be too stark. Although I liked the idea of the white because it's sort of snowy, isn't it? But I think it might be too stark with everything else. So that's something else to bear in mind. So let's stick these last two little bitty bits down. I mean, if I decide I don't like this, it's not the end of the world, because all of the things I'm using I can replace and recreate, because that's a digi. You know, I've got plenty of music paper. I might not be able to use these exact words, but that's not a problem. And this is a digi, so, you know, I don't really need to stress that much. I need to make sure, right, if I use that line as a guide, that will get everything on. I think I will edge that in a bit of reddish sort of ink. Now, if you saw me making my paper flowers the other day, oh, I've got them out. I was putting these together on the video that I made for the Tatty Treasure collaboration. I haven't finished sewing these together yet still. Been sitting there for about 2 weeks. These are the inks that I used around those flowers, because I said I did think that I would be using them, or I may possibly be using them in my Christmas journals. So I will stick with the same inks. I'm not going to need to do the top, because I think I'm going to have to trim the top off. So I will do that afterwards. So we'll get that one on. Can't pick it up now. So I was going to use that line. Not sticking my head under the camera, am I? You really don't need to see that. So I've got our Be Jolly on that one. And that will need to be chopped or torn or something. Or maybe just folded. So let's edge the whole thing and see how it looks with the red. So that's our first top layer of our topper done for the first journal. Let's bring that back in, pop that on there. How's that looking? What do you think? So that's that one. So I'm going to do something similar for the other two. Now, do you need to watch me do this again? I don't know. Do you want to watch me do this again? I don't know. I feel like it's not very exciting. Right, let's just pop that ink out the way for the minute, because that red is very juicy and it does go absolutely everywhere. Right. What did I do with my Advent word? Because I said I was going to save that to use for something else, didn't I? And now I've lost it. Let's put Christmas over there. And oh, there's Advent. So we've got Advent and Christmas. So we want, if we do the same thing again, we will want some music down each side. We'll want some words. I was going to say along the bottom, but we don't have to have them along the bottom. We could have them along the top, couldn't we? Change things up a bit. There is less space at the top than there is at the bottom. Have that there. We could have our hearts here, and that's quite nice as well, because this is the second verse that starts Christ by highest heaven adored, and we've got hearts, so that's good. I like a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Is it synchronicity? Is that the right word? Get some more music. Why am I tearing this on my gluey page? Let's put that up there out the way. Might even stick this one on sideways. Got that, and we've got that on that one, and I'm completely off camera. How's that? I feel like we've squashed that little girl a bit. Maybe we do need the words at the top because she's got more space there. Let's have a look. I'm going to go that way on this one. So, how much of that do I need? Let's stick that one on first. Oh dear, I'm all fingers and thumbs today. Let's put that there. I'm really not sure about this red around the edge of this. I can see it out the corner of my eye and I don't know if I'm happy with it. Saving all these bits because they're yummy colour paper. I'm sure I shall want them for something. I'm trying to take a sliver off the bottom of this, literally a sliver. And maybe a sliver off the top as well if I can. I'm just thinking, do I want to ink this piece? Really not sure about the inking on there, although it does sort of go with the theme of the papers. But I feel like I should have inked these edges as well if I've inked that, so I'm just going to stick this down. If it needs something, I'll have to try and do it carefully later. That wasn't very clever, Karen. I was going to save some of that for something else. And I stuck it down. Okay, oh, we've got a little corner missing there, so we'll have to do something about that. Maybe it would be better in brown in the vintage photo, around the edges. So that's the second one. Which one do we like best? Don't know. Right, let's get the last one done. So where was my, this was going to be Noel, wasn't it? Noel. I remember with this one I was fretting about this Christmas thing here, so I won't mind if I cover that up. So let's get some music again. There. Let's lay it out first before we start sticking. Some music there. I wonder if there's enough there to do both sides. Might be. And where's my third verse of, this is where I find I've used my third verse. Oh no, there it is. Thought I'd used my third verse for the music on the other side then. So let's go down. Oh, where are we going to have, now we could have that at the top then to cover up the Christmas, couldn't we? Like that. And then we want another little bit of music. That might be enough there. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then we want Noel down here. Should we try edging that with some green and see if it looks any different? Although there's not really any green on this, on these covers. Although there's lots of greens in the papers, there's not really any greens on the covers, so maybe if I stuck a flower on the front with it to bring some green in, the green might work. Decisions. That needs a bit more glue in there. And I will probably stitch around these before I do anything else with them. Right, so let's get this lot stuck down. So I feel like singing Christmas carols now. Oh, we've got another advent there. Sorry, I'm not very chatty today. I hope that you don't mind just sitting and watching me work without a lot of jabbering on. Let's rip a bit more of that off. It was a bit of a fail, Karen. Really must remember to get these to the size I want them before putting the glue on. Right, so that's those pieces. And let's get rid of the excess on this. Oh, I thought to cut too much off then. I'll take that 3 off, I think. Put that on there. Oh dear. I think there's somebody at the door. I'll be back in a second. I'm back again. It was the postman bringing me lots more envelopes to use in my journals. So where are we up to? Oh yes, sticking this little Noel on. He's got to go up quite high, so I think I'm going to try and take a little bit more of that green off. It is a very pale green. I don't know how it's looking on camera, but the background is a very pale green on these words. So that will go there. So let me know what you think of these. You like what I've done? I'm terrible doing covers. I've said before, it's the part of the journal that I have the most trouble with. I think it's because, you know, it's the first thing that's going to be seen. It's like first impressions. The cover really matters to me, and I really stress about the covers. And my poor daughter, my middle daughter, she's the one that's most interested in journals. I've done it again. And as you know, she works away from home, and the poor girl gets like 20 photos zapped over to her in the space of 30 seconds saying, which layout do you like best? I'm trying out all these different things and taking photos, because I do think that looking through the lens at the piece gives a better perspective than just, you know, sitting and looking at it like that. So yeah, she does get bombarded with various examples of my covers before I decide what I'm going to go ahead with. She probably thinks, oh, for goodness sake, mother, just pick one. Because at the end of the day, you know what your options were, and you sit there faffing about trying to choose what you're going to do. But the recipient of the journal often has no idea what all the other options were and just likes whatever you've done. So it is a bit pointless really to waste all that time, but as I say, to me the cover matters because it's the first impression you get of my work, so I want it to look good. Right, so there's what we've done today. Still not sure about the inking. Let me know what you think, but I am going to leave it there for now, and I will be back again in another few days to do a bit more with you. So thanks for joining me. Enjoy your own crafty time, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.